Hello, my friends. It's me, the MetaVerse Explorer. I'm back again with another video, since yesterday. I feel like I do a video every single day, my god. Now, guys, this is what I was talking about before. Remember when there was a lot of confusion about what can be shared in and outside of the Foundation room? Well, Crypto did share something, and to my knowledge and expectation, I thought we weren't supposed to share stuff outside, right? But of course, people have gone ahead and gone to show this, so I'm going to cover it as well, because it's already on Twitter. So hologram.news, the news agency in Star Atlas has already started to show some of this. This is a, what do you call it? I don't want to get the ship name wrong. It's the Calico Evac, if I'm right. It's the Calico oh no. MedTech. It's the MedTech. It's the MedTech. It's the MedTech. So he said he was playing around with the UI. You can see that the flight mode here is at the front and it doesn't change when you move. And also at the bottom here, there's some other UI items. You see it comes out with a little braking system and they got some lights going here and there. So this is just an example, right? This is some of the stuff that they're working on the side. And look, guys from the team, I don't want to show stuff that you don't want me to show. But you have to have a strict rule about this. If people are already showing this on Twitter, I'm gonna cover it, because why should they get the scoop and then I'm left in the dust with nothing? Why? It makes no sense, right? So, that being said, and talking about ships, guys, I want to make a big shout out to a community member who gifted me a Thimble Ecos Unibomber. So let's have a look at this little beauty. It is a it's a bomber. It's an extra small, and it's an epic rarity. Now we know rarities will actually be changing later. Let's have a close look at it. Let's have a look at this gorgeous beauty. Look at this. It's a bomber. So remember, there actually is a very big difference within the bombers and the fighters. They were saying that they're going to do some... it's going to be able to do a lot of other things that's needed. Like if you want to bomb a planet, for example, or bomb a... maybe a space station or something like that. But it doesn't have the same capabilities as a fighter. Okay? And there's actually not many bombers around there that they have very special utility themselves. So what I did was I went ahead and went to the showroom to try and load it up. And guys, I was so disappointed. I couldn't see this ship because it's not available yet. They haven't put it in there yet. So to the person who gave this to me, you know who you are. Thank you very much. I appreciate the generosity. And thank you for helping me cover Star Atlas, and thank you for giving me positive feedback, and thank you for just being there. Yeah, it's been pretty hard, guys. It's actually been really, really tough nowadays, and not just in Star Atlas and crypto in general, just the whole world is going to shit, you know? It's not going well. It's not going well. So that was a little bit of a little bright spark in my week. So let's close this, and let's go ahead and look at the photo of the week, the showroom photo of the week. Now, this is a community member from Coexist, Zaif. Congratulations, Zaif. You did get photo of the week from Star Atlas. And now this is a PSR8 that is sitting in his showroom. And it is huge. It is huge, guys. Super, super big. And it's a good angle for it. Now, I noticed that there's some little stuff missing here. I don't know why it's missing there. But yeah, maybe it's not complete. We know it's not complete. So, guys, this episode, I really wanted to focus a little bit more on the Sage game manual. I know that it's been slightly confusing, people coming out and say, claim stakes and the land sales and the discounts on the ships and... Okay, simplify it, right? Titans are going on sale. They're going to start at 1 million and then they're going to increase from there. Some people think that the team already have people in mind who are going to buy this or who have already expressed interest in buying this. That's why they're starting at 1 million. As well as there's also a discussion about why they're moving all the land sales forward and why they're doing all the claim stakes forward and all this stuff. I think it's mostly because they need to hurry up now. They need to start pushing because they have only 6 months left. And there's probably stuff within the next 6 months that they still need to keep pushing. So they're like, we have to get this out now. So Crypto did say some stuff about the claim stakes that we're going. He wants to clarify for people. But before we do that, let's go through the game manual one more time. There are a few small little items that I did miss the first time. I didn't really recognize, so I thought let's pick up on it now, and so that we can be better prepared when Sage comes on DevNet. So let's keep going here. I'm going to zoom in all the time when I see something that I thought I needed to cover. And guys, I wanted to actually say something here. You guys did catch me on something. Where was it? wasn't the marketplace. It wasn't this one. Oh yeah, it was here. It was both the mining. So right. So what I said was that you can like, and the point they made was that even if you have a small ship, right? Even if you have the beastiest small ship that you've maxed out to in every angle, you will never beat a medium ship, right? And this is true, okay? No matter what modules, whatever components you put on the small ship, it won't get up to a medium. So what I said last time was that even if you have a capital class ship, you can see that a capital class mines like 2.5 times more than a large ship. And then some people came back and said, well, your math is a bit wrong there. Like for the price of 3 large ships, which is which is less than a capital ship, you can mine way more than you can in a capital class ship, right? And by that same logic, instead of having one medium, you could have a multiple hundreds of extra smalls, or even extra smalls. So that is possible, right? It is possible. You can extract way more with extra smalls, with 300 extra smalls, than you can with one medium. But guys, the hangar space for them. Okay, I was thinking about this from the hangar space perspective. You can't bring out 300, or you can't store 300 extra small bikes or Thimble air bikes for them to come out and mine the same asteroid. Okay, it's going to be way more efficient to have one medium class ship go ahead and do all of that for you, because just from time and just hangar space. This has been an uncertainty that we don't even know, right? The hangar space program, I think, is even being reconfigured, so it might not even apply here, right? So yeah, I mean, this is great as a visual representation of what we can mine, and also it's very interesting that I saw here. You see, it goes down. So hardness, let's go here. You can see hardness 6, 7, 8 at the bottom there. And look at this. Even in a capital class ship, you can mine a hardness 7 way easier. You can get way more than you can a hardness 6, which doesn't actually make sense. I thought as you go up, like it should get rarer and harder to get, right? It should. But I think they're trying to make sure that people can get hardness 7 a lot more than hardness 6, okay? I don't know why they're going for this route. You can see even in the large section here, hardness 7 is way more than hardness 6, and even way more than hardness 8. Why? They're leaning towards hardness 7. Why? Right? Why? Is it because like they want everything to get to Starbase 4, which requires standard 7, but standard 8, hardness 8 will take you to a Starbase 5, which is super rare. So they don't want a lot of hardness 8 in the ecosystem. They want more 7s. Maybe, or just maybe that to get to 5 of a Starbase, you need way more 7s, and so there's an increased supply of them. Or it's easier to mine, and lever. Yeah, I just noticed this. I was like, what's happening here? Anyway, let's move on. So, some other little tidbits that I did see here. Resource richness, the hardness, it all makes sense to me. I hope you guys get it as well. And of course, reaffirming the ship size, right? They're saying the same Thimble air bikes and a Narc will get you 200, whereas 300 will get you a smaller amount. I did want to... I tried to highlight these, but I couldn't find it. Now, the next thing I noticed, players extract hydrogen, organics, iron, and copper, and refine them at a space station into fuel, food, toolkits, and ammo, respectively. So, we know that organics is going to go to fuel, iron is going to go to food. Sorry, no, that's not right. Hydrogen to fuel, organics to food, iron is for toolkits, and copper is for ammo. And I love their analogy saying that if like there's a war coming, if 2 guilds are going to the war later, you know that ammo is going to be really, really expensive. So go ahead and start accumulating that copper and start refining into ammo, because next week is going to get very, very expensive. So this does bring to mind that the leaks that we had before, I wonder if the leaks were actually true, because these two were actually on there as leaks. And it's unfortunate that YouTube channel has actually gone from now. Yes. They're saying that, people would go out and get these resources, but some people will come and not bother getting the resources because their time is better spent going to fight and using their resources as fuel and ammo, where they can earn more going to fight. So they're saying it might take 1 organic organic to make one food, while it takes 5 hydrogen to make one fuel. So this is about we might see lots of different resource quantities for each item that might go into the next resource in the chain, right? And think of it like a pyramid. There'll be lots of little base layer, and I think the base layers would be hydrogen, organics, iron, and then you keep going and they make the next one. And you need a little bit of this to make the next one, and you need a little bit to make the next one. And it's just like a pyramid going up. Now, what else did I notice here? Let me close this. We did see this. I was happy with this. I'm like, yeah. I needed units in this to see what is actually being burnt. And of course, they did mention that combat is the most expensive. So for everyone, 60% of the rest of the entire fleets in Star Atlas are fighter fleets, okay? They're not good at much else but fighting, okay? They're going to be the most expensive. They're going to need fuel, food, combat, and ammo. Most of the other things that won't be fighting very much because they're not good at fighting, so you wouldn't put them into fighting, they won't be using as much. So combat will give you the most rewards because you get XP, you get LP, and then you get the loot from it, and then you get anything else that you can find. That really requires resources and requires the 4 R's, but it also gives you the most benefit. So yeah, high risk, high reward. Or in this case, I would say medium risk, medium reward. Yeah. So let's see. One thing I did notice here. The cost of building a starbase is negligible. It would only take a few players a couple of hours to create a starbase level 0. Now, this is not what the leak said before, wasn't it? It was like to upgrade to a level 0 starbase was like 5 minutes or something like that. And then going to a level 1 took like 1 hour. Then level 2 was like 3 hours. And then like it was like really, really low timing. And I was very concerned that the timing was super, super low and that it would take no time for people to get up to a level 3 or a level 4 starbase. But we can see here they're saying that it'll take you a couple of hours. So 2 to 3 to 4 to create a starbase level 0. Now, what I had in my mind was that the star bases would already be there. They would all be zeros. So anytime someone built them up and then another clan, another guild, whatever, faction comes and tears it down or comes to attack it, it reverts back from a 5, 4, 3 up to a 0. And then you have to start building from a 0 to a 1 to a 2. So like if they capture it, or if you capture a new star base, if this faction captures a star base, it reverts back to 0. But obviously, it says that you create it at base level 0. So I wonder how many star bases can you create? And hopefully, I don't know if this is influenced by the sphere of influence of the existing star bases. So if you have a star base 5, you can probably go out way further and create another star base at a tier 0, build that up, increase all that influence, take that to a 5, increase the sphere of influence again, and then you can go further and further and further, right? So this is something that caught me by surprise. Yeah, the cost of building a starbase is negligible. The cost to do it is negligible. Like it would only take a few players a couple of hours to create a starbase level 0. Yeah. But I want to see what it takes to get it to a 3, 4, 5, which is where things start getting way more interesting and you need way more resources. Okay. I wanted to read something else here. Everyone must pull their weight within a faction to successfully defend their region of space. The logic is simple. On average, each player is expected to contribute some effort towards upgrading the starbase. If all players were to contribute equally, it would be relatively small time commitment. However, if some players would be more interested in attacking other starbases or defending their own, the responsibility to upgrade and maintain starbases falls into the hands of a select few, while others focus on mining and combat. So they're trying to say all the factions, you need to have a good a strategy between offense, defense, repair, mining, all of this sort of stuff. Because if people focus on one thing too much, if everyone jumps in and wants to go and fight, then everything else is going to suffer. Okay, if everyone's going to go ahead and fight with their 60% fighters, no one's going to be mining. All the star bases aren't going to get upgraded. There's not going to be any resources, which means it's going to be super, super expensive, right? So if I was thinking like 2 steps ahead or even just 1 step ahead, right? Because my small brain, like Mud, I think it's Mud. Mud has the most firepower, if I'm correct. So I'm going to assume that they are going to go ahead and fight more. So I'm going to think because people are fighting more, less people are going to be mining and upgrading. So you would, if you're a non-fighter, you want to be in that fighting faction, right? Because you're going to get way more XP, LP, and just items by helping and like selling items onto the market, because everyone else is going to need all of that a lot because they're fighting so much. Does that make sense? Yeah, to me, that's what I'm thinking right now. But I mean, this is way too early to be thinking about this stuff anyway. Like, we'll have to see till it actually comes out. Let it go onto DevNet and see how we play the game. And the last thing I think I noticed here was about the player leveling. And I think Chipto did mention this as well. So, at the inception of Sage, players will all start with the same abilities and rank. Okay, there's abilities. I heard before there was like maybe a skill tree, but I didn't think this was coming this soon. What abilities? Rank I can understand, rank of like commander because you had the badges and everything, but yeah. It's up to the player to accomplish epic tasks and earn XP quickly to level up and man larger ships. So you have to get XP to get into larger ships. You can't just jump into a Titan already or a commander or a capital class already. You have to build to it, right? So you have to get smaller fleets inside and then get bigger XP, level up, and then you can get into larger ships and then build your fleet into a larger force. Players with large fleets will start to level up faster, while their small ship-owning counterparts will stay at a lower leveling speed. So, okay, what this means is when Sage starts on mainnet, not on DevNet, you have to get in with your biggest fleet first. Okay, that might actually sounds very dangerous, but get in with your biggest fleet first because that'll give you a way bigger advantage in earning XP and building your fleet. If I have a capital and you have an extra small, I'm going to level up way faster than you. And if you have a capital, you're going to level up way faster than me. That's just how they've programmed it to work. Listen to this. At launch, there will be 100 levels for a player to ascend. 100 levels. Holy crap. Okay. Well, like why? Why 100? Why not 10? I know like it gives you more variation and stuff. The higher levels will be extremely difficult to achieve and are reserved for the most committed players. And by committed, I think they mean the most time spent in the game, because time spent should equal your productivity. Like, it'd be a waste for you to spend time in the game without being productive. And if you're being productive, you're earning XP. So I'm just making that assumption that everyone is wanting to be productive. So I think this is going to be a huge time commitment, guys. Huge time for you to get to 100, to have that bragging rights, to have that maybe like little star on your name that says you're at level 100. Okay, so that's most of the stuff that I noticed on secondhand on the Sage manual. I know we are going to go through some quotes by Chipto right now, because this is talking about the claim stakes and this is talking about like the land sales and stuff. And it is a little bit confusing. So he does give us a bit more information regarding this. Let's listen to this. So hologram Kriegs, I don't know if it's Kriegs, but it's the hologram, same people that shared that video before. So he's kind of confused if ships can mine or who's mining and what's happening here. So Chipto says, ships aren't physically mining planets with lasers or anything like that. They're flying down to the surface and picking up the resources that the faction-owned facilities have already mined, right? So I'm assuming at the moment you're going to have to use a claim stake to go... Oh, sorry, not a claim stake. Your ships can just go and pick them up. You see, I'm trying to understand this as well, because it is confusing, guys. Chipto, it is confusing. So the ships will fly down to the surface and pick up the items that the faction-owned facilities have mined. Once players have claim stakes, those are the buildings that generate the resources. So I suppose at some planets, your faction will already have claim stakes there, like faction-owned claim stakes, okay? You can go ahead and either put your own claim stake on there or maybe somehow confiscate that claim stake somehow, we'll see. And that the claim stakes is what generates the resources. So your ship is, the claim stake is going to be on the planet making the resources for you. You can go there, collect it, or you can go and have your own claim stake. Mining in space is different. Of course, there probably won't be a claim stake in space. Let's read the next one. So the ship size relates to the hardness and the richness. It was like it was in relation to picking up resources. The reason being larger ships have larger bays and crews, so they could load more efficiently. But we could be revising that a bit with recent discussions about claim stakes. Stand by on that. So guys, everything is in the wind here, right? They're still working this stuff out, right? They might change the claim stakes. We don't know. It might stay the same. We don't know. There's no point making plans on this, which is why it makes it super difficult for you to go out and buy something, because it starts in like 3 or 4 weeks, right? If they don't get some of this information out, it's going to make the decision even harder to go and buy something, especially in this bear market. Now, it says, my goal is to make the claim stake mechanics and how ships are used in Sage clear very soon with the guide. Crypto, thank you very much. This is a public shout out. Thank you. Please come onto this show so that we can discuss the claim stakes and so that I can get a clearer understanding, and the people watching this video can also get a clear understanding. So Crypto, if you're listening to this, anyone from the Star Atlas team, please come on. Let's have a 30-minute discussion about the claim stakes and what's actually going through your mind that you want people to do. Because it is starting to get a little bit complicated, and seeing as this wasn't supposed to come right now, and that the team has to put this out now because of the funding issues. Well, at least that's what I think is happening anyway. And now the PG MetaVerse, hey man, can you release the cost of the Hangar issues, because people were confused about the hangars, right? Hangars are revamped. So the last time we knew about hangars, it was first off, you had to get XP by playing the game. When you get XP, you had to then spend that XP to get more hangars. After you got more hangars, you used Atlas to upgrade the hangars as an Atlas sync, right? So you had to play the game to actually increase how many ships you could get in. That was what it was before. Now, it seems like your fleet size is tied to your level called your council rank. Okay, we're not levels anymore, your council rank. What's your rank? I'm rank 20. I'm rank 50. I'm rank 69. I don't want to try to explain it all here, but it will explain in the game manual. So, he's gonna bring another manual out, hopefully, to give us a bit more explanation. He's probably right under the pump now, because this is all coming like soon. Go, 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 go. Hopefully the team isn't pushing him too far. And look at me, I'm asking him for interviews as well. But hey, we all want to know. We all want to know. So someone said, will the guide be released before sales start next week? Need to understand role of structures before allocating capital. That's the goal. That's the goal, guys. So, Crypto, you got a lot on your hands, man. I understand. So I understand if you don't want to come on here, have a chat to me and talk about claim stakes, talk about land possibly, talk about how you envision this to work, because it is slightly confusing, as I said. I think I have a grasp on it, but also the more confusing it is, the less people are going to purchase it, and that's not what the team wants. It has to be clear, succinct, and to the point. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for now. Thank you to my anonymous, I know who you are, anonymous ship donator. Thank you very much. If anyone wants to donate to me, my address is public. It's itsme.sol, so itsme.sol. My public address, anyone can go and find it. It's on my Twitter. So thank you to that guy who did give me a ship. Really appreciate it. And that's community. I'll give out another few ships later on down the line. So we're just trading ships between each other, aren't we? Okay, guys, thank you very much. I will see you soon. Bye.